Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. Thank you for coming in. I hope everybody's holding up well in the energy of the full moon in Scorpio. Yes, it's still around even as I record this. It's been almost a week since the full moon, but moon cycles unfold slowly, especially when Scorpio is involved. Scorpio is ruled by Pluto. It's deep and it's slow, and it brings about a lot of change and transformation. But like I said, it unfolds over time and it will continue to do so until that new moon in Gemini on the 25th of May. Of course, it's not that exact, but still. And as I record this, interesting, we have a Uranus CAZIMI. A CAZIMI in astrology happens when the sun and another planet fall at exactly the same degree of the same sign. The sun then amplifies that energy, of course. It can even speed it up into action. And this time we're dealing with Uranus and Taurus. Taurus is Venus energy, and it's in the sun, Mercury, and Uranus, and in the late degrees of Taurus too, which in and of itself kind of concentrates the energy. Very, very strong Venus activation happening right now. Now, Venus isn't necessarily that comfortable involved with Uranus, the planet of sudden change, out of nowhere. It's Aquarius's ruler. And in astrology, Aquarius and Taurus, the sign that Uranus is in, are square to each other. And sometimes the energy that's challenging when we're talking about Venus is to be in receptivity, to not take action when you feel uncomfortable. And right now, things could be feeling a little strange, a little uncomfortable, a little out of your control. You don't know what's going to happen. Uranus is the strange planet. You can't tell. Its orbit, its ellipsis is very unpredictable. But as I said, that Venus energy is being very much amplified right now. In the tarot, in the major arcana, the Venus energy or Taurus energy is the Empress. And everybody thinks maybe it's easy to just sit there in the garden of creativity and receptivity, but it's not. It requires what I call empowered vulnerability. Empowered because whatever happens on the other side of that change is going to be transmuted and created into something beautiful, growth, nurturing, creativity. All this Venus energy, too, is a great way of transmuting that energy into creativity. But certainly the unexpected can be prevalent. We also right now have Venus herself and the planet Neptune, which is all about dreams and visions, in Aries. Aries is ruled by Mars. So we have Venus and Mars being activated right now. And Neptune with that dream and Mars, right, taking action, but it's in the early degrees. So the masculine energy, in a sense, whether that's internal or external, has already begun the step into the new beginning, into the vision of what comes next. And Venus is joining that energy there. So it's kind of, I don't know what that interplay is necessarily. I haven't gone that deep into it yet. But we do have the masculine energy of Mars already entering the sign of what comes next and into the vision. And we have the Venus energy on the precipice of change with Uranus coming in. But like I said, it requires that state of empowered vulnerability where you can't predict where the story is going to go. So you have to be willing to understand what your powers are all about and what empowered vulnerability truly does mean, whether that's internal or external. We know the divine masculine and feminine energy is a balance within all of us. When I do readings, I do externalize the energy because it can get too confusing. So apply the messages as they do to you. Anyway, that's it. I'm going to do a general reading. It is for anybody, any sign. You'll know if it resonates with you. Not everything I say will resonate with you, though, because it is a general reading. So take what does as it does, if it does, and leave the rest behind. Okay, let's get into it with the blue deck. Let me see what's going on for you in this Taurus CAZIMI change. A lot of change happening. Beautiful. This is kind of a Taurian energy. Cornucopia. Look at that earthy energy, because I always say cornucopia is not just about material things. It's about how does it feed you? What can you grow from it? But this is about having everything that you need to grow, to build on a very earthy way. Let me see. Okay, sweet. Okay. What else? That's abundance. I like that it's out in the forest. That's pretty beautiful. It ties in that Taurus earth energy. Okay, let's see what came out face up. We have happy family. And then man holding a heart, which is very similar to the King of Cups. And with happy family, this is number 4 in this deck. No direct tie into tarot, but number 4 in the major arcana is the Emperor, right after the Empress. And then we have happy family in cornucopia. Okay, let's have one more. Oh, that's a lovely picture. But certainly with all of this energy in the late degrees of Taurus, it's a beautiful time for creating the vision. We talked about that. Neptune in the early degrees of Aries is the creator degree. Okay. Okay, we'll see what we have here. Why does that keep coming out? Okay, we have healer of the ages, and I like that with man holding a heart, because the healer of the ages is somebody, in my opinion, who comes across your path where the love has the tendency, as love does, to heal, not heal your past, but sort of prove otherwise. It's the reason that the past happened. It's the reason why your heart opened. That's beautiful. And then we have, because we have the angel of strength, Leo energy, but this is about courage and having strength to believe in your own heart. But this has been coming up in the collective a lot lately. So we'll have to see what this is about, deceit. We had that Scorpio full moon though, remember? And I said, you'll see what you have to see. Interesting. Okay, we'll keep that there. On the bottom of the deck, we have yin and yang, Venus and Mars. Still playing out. Last year, it played out all year in the form of Aries and Libra. Both ruled. There we have Venus and Mars, too. Okay, let me get a sip. With Scorpio, co-ruled by Mars, we have Pluto, too, though. Scorpio's other ruler, and like I said, that carries with it a strong destiny and a strong past life. And with this healer of the ages, I'm getting that destined feeling here. Let's get a romance angel. Release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. Healer of the ages. Okay, that's interesting. It's like a clearing of the energy and a chance to create something again. Past life relationship. You've known each other before. There's that Pluto energy coming in. Pluto, like I said, can be about the past life. It's about the unknown, the unseen, what lies below. It's also death and rebirth. Let's have one more. I see let go of control issues. It was on the bottom of the deck and it came out. Okay. Yeah. Let go of, that's what we were saying in the intro. Well, like I said, control issues though, because maybe this energy, look at that beat up angel. That can be the cause of fear. It can be the cause of doubt, the cause to make you feel like you need to be in control. Whatever that was about, right? Can be, but anyway. Okay. And then we have deceit here. That could be the fear. Maybe that's what that's about. Let's go to the pulp. Yeah, okay. No? Okay. Amore Psyche. We'll get some of the more physical or sexual components in this connection. Let's see. The sweetest taboo. something being hidden. There's that deceit energy. So why is this taboo? We'll see. We'll see what that's about. But again, we're dealing with a full moon in Scorpio. Okay, I'll just put this out there. The black moon Lilith is also in Scorpio at the time of that full moon. Black moon Lilith is the moon's furthest point from the earth. It can be about the hidden parts of ourself, the taboo. And maybe there's something about this situation within you. We'll see. We'll see where that goes. There's an Ace of Cups on the bottom of the deck. What are you thinking about? What's on your mind when it comes to this situation? I mean, you could be this man holding a heart. Interesting. We have the King of Swords and the Page of Wands. The King of Swords is air energy, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. We were talking about all that thinking energy being in the mind. But the King of Swords is very clear-minded too, and I do like that about him. He's very decisive. And the Ace of Wands can be about communication. So this is about communicating something. There's some kind of message or good news. Okay. How do you feel? Pages are new beginnings. How do you feel? We have another page, and then we have the Queen of Swords. The King and the Queen of Swords are very evenly matched, obviously. They've both seen a lot and learned a lot, but they're coming from a place, like from that place. Oftentimes, too, these two are divorcees, and we have released your ex. But in the heart space, we have the Page of Swords. And then we have the Page of Wands. Past life relationship. We'll see when we clarify that Page of Swords, but that is about keeping your eye on something, like wanting more information, being very careful in your approach. I have this card about deceit. Okay, what actions do you want to take? The Eight of Cups, release your ex. The Eight of Cups is a card about courage, ultimately. We have that Angel of Strength. It's about having the courage to walk away from things that didn't reach the Ten of Cups. And it does take courage because the Eight of Cups isn't nothing. It's 8 full cups. But this is on the belief in your own heart that 10 of Cups is possible. So leaving something behind. Okay. Like I said, your heart, yeah, look at this. 10 of Cups on the bottom of the deck. Because you know it's possible. Where are you heading? Let me see the energy surrounding you. This could be another person. It could be a situation. The High Priestess. The High Priestess is Pisces Major Arcana. I'm laughing because she's silent. This is somebody who knows the answers to the universe but doesn't have the language to speak them because they don't come that way. They don't come through the mind. But this is about intuition. Now, this could be somebody that you're heading towards. Somebody very, very intuitive. But maybe somebody that you find mysterious because we have this Page of Swords. We'll see. But we have the sweetest taboo. So High Priestess keeping her silence. Taboo. Okay, we'll see where that goes. What is the challenge? What's the challenge here? Okay, this is interesting. We have Judgment, Scorpio and Sagittarius energy, but look at this Judgment card. This is my up from below. It carries with it that resurrecting quality, that past life energy. It is about making a decision, though. It's like being on the precipice of some kind of change. Judgment. Past life relationship. But what's it? Okay, okay. On the bottom, we have the Emperor, Mars energy, my masculine energy. And underneath of that, the Two of Cups. The Eight of Cups, as I said, the courage to walk towards the full picture. And there it is. Okay. And happy family. The Emperor is father, is husband. And intuitively, this is being drawn. As was drawing you, rather. Interesting. Potential outcome. The Wheel of Fortune, Sag energy. The wheel is my let go or be dragged card. It's destiny. It is about divine timing, but it's when things come back around, right? And it can be about a reversal of time. And I kind of talked about that with the Healer of the Ages, like a reversal of time. And we have this happy family energy here. Interesting. And the Emperor with Judgment. Okay, let's see where this goes. Let's clarify with the Wild Unknown. What is this King of Swords here? Thinking about Page of Wands. Cornucopia and the Wheel of Fortune. That's Jupiter energy. That's good fortune. Oh, interesting. We now have the King of Pentacles and fundamentally the King of Cups. So the King of Wands is the only king missing to make that Emperor energy that we saw. And the King of Wands is all about taking action. But anyway, the King of Pentacles, Earth energy. And then the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands is about movement forward. It's about passion. It can be about communication. Page of Wands. Let me see the Page of Swords in your heart. So who is this King of Swords? Let me get one more there. Who is this King of Swords? We get the Page of Wands again. Somebody, it could be somebody that you're communicating to as well. Okay. Let me see the Page of Swords in your heart. We have release your ex. Okay. It's the Emperor. Oh. And then the Ace of Wands. Okay. And the Ace of Pentacles and the Three of Wands. Okay. The aces are about new beginnings. And we do have an Ace of Pentacles, which is a seed that can be planted and grown into something stable. And we have the King of Pentacles who does that. The Ace of Wands is about passion. It's about vision, inspiration. And that's kind of what this has something to do with where you're heading. Past life relationship. Okay. Now, the Emperor can be an energy of feeling like you need to stay in control. Let me see the Emperor. I called him out with that happy family there, number 4, right? Emperor with the Page of Swords. Okay, interesting. We have the Lovers. Gemini's major arcana. The Lovers, especially in the heart space, is a very, very deep heart connection. And as you guys know in my readings, it often comes up with the Ace of Wands because that's the impetus that is usually required when you're going to face a choice like this. This choice can be about 2 parts of yourself. It's Gemini energy, it's the twins. It can be about your past and your future. But ultimately, especially when it's in the heart, it represents your own passion coming alive. Okay. And then here we have the Eight of Cups. So leaving behind what? That's the choice. I need to get another sip. Sorry. My allergies, you guys. I see. Heart to heart conversations. And there's this conversation on your mind. I see. Okay. The choice here being made. Let me see the Eight of Cups. We saw that Two of Cups and the Ten of Cups. The Seven of Swords and the Eight of Cups. Look at that fox and the Seven of Swords, which is ultimately a card about strategy. And we have this King of Swords energy here. Now, the Eight of Swords, I'm sorry, that's interesting. The Seven of Swords in this deck, as I always say, look at those six swords hanging over that baby fox. Underneath of him is one sword that you're not allowed to see. That's the sword of truth. This is about secret strategies. Oh, Eight Cups. That's why I said that. We have the Eight of Cups again. Keeping something hidden, operating under the moon, so to speak. And it has something to do with what you're leaving behind. In any case, with these broken cups, you don't plan to go back to it. And you're following your intuition. Let go of control issues. Let me see the High Priestess. Oh, wow. Oh, my gosh. We have the Hermit. Virgo's major arcana. The Hermit and the High. I went, oh, my gosh, because we have this past life energy. The Hermit and the High Priestess, to me, are the highest spiritual couple in tarot. They're very intuitively linked. And we have that past life relationship. But there could be a lot of communication between you and whoever this is in the 5D. But both cards about silence as well. Let me see the Hermit. Virgo energy. The Hermit's also about only following your own guidance. Okay. Wow. We have the Three of Wands. Beautiful. This is my wish casting card. Now, wherever it is you're headed could be at a distance. Oftentimes to me, the Three of Wands is like directing your vision out into the future. Look at these rainbow color. Oh, whoa. Oh my gosh. Okay. Look at these rainbow colors inside that peak hole into the future there. And what's on the other side of that? We have Venus energy, divine feminine. We see the Emperor right here, the choice. And then we have the Hermit and the High Priestess. This is intense. It's very beautiful. It's like there's a vision being created in the 5D between the two of you. But there's also this silence being kept. Let's get one more actually on the Hermit. Page of Swords. And then the Page of Cups. Okay. The Page of Cups is about getting my toe wet in the water of a new possibility. It's just the very, very beginning. An exploration. Taboo. I mean, there could be an age difference between some of you. Taboo. Oh no, not really getting that. With Page of Swords and the Lovers and the Heart. Page of Swords and the Two of Cups. Interesting. And then this Eight of Cups. The world, that again could be a distance. But the world had the wheel, the world, those full circle energies. And judgment up from below. Past life. Coming back around. Let me see judgment in the challenge. The Ten of Pentacles, happy family, earth energy. We have this King of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles is stability, it's legacy. It is something built over time that's going to last. It takes a lot of time and effort. And maybe that is what you're leaving behind. If you're in this King of Pentacles energy, sometimes leaving that behind is not an easy decision, but you want 10 cups. And that might require you doing that. It could. 10 of Pentacles. That's cornucopia as well, right? Oh, the Queen of Pentacles. Up from below. Past life. I wonder if you two were married in a past life. The King and the Queen of Pentacles is obviously who builds that 10. Interesting. I'll go deeper into this lover's energy. Let me see the wheel. Why the need to keep it below the surface with this deceit energy? Let me see the wheel. It's the Ace of Wands. It came back out. Like I said, the Ace of Wands is the heart starter. It's the new beginning. It can be an epiphany. But in comes the wheel. One more on the Ace of Wands. It usually precipitates a decision. I just saw the Three of Wands again. The vision. Okay. Ace of Wands. Justice and the Chariot. Oh my gosh. Surrounding the Wheel of Fortune. The Chariot is Cancer's major arcana. Incidentally, it's driven by the Emperor. And it represents personal authority and trust in your intuition. In most cards, there's no ropes or anything attached to the sphinxes or the horses. Once you're in alignment with yourself, that's when victory happens. And then we have Justice, Libra's major arcana. We end here with the Ace of Wands and 3 major arcana, all to do with a new beginning. That has a lot to do with passion and inspiration. But I do wonder for some of you here if there could be a legal decision, cornucopia, that then would allow for this new beginning. Let's get one more. But justice is about karmic justice. It's about getting what you deserve. The 10 of Wands, beautiful. This is the end of a long and difficult path. Tens are all about culmination. And then the star, the dream, the vision. Aquarius is major. What you've been working for. So many major arcanas in the end. Okay. Wow. Justice can be about a legal decision. And then the wheel. And remember I said reversal of fortune. It's a very strong past life energy here. So that karmic justice. Let me get one more on that past life energy. The Five of Swords. Five of Swords is a card about doing, it's very defensive, but it is about leaving behind something that wasn't a fair fight. Remember I said it didn't get to the 10 of Cups. It's not going to. And that could be the difficult decision that you have to make here. It's ultimately, it's a card about surrender. Let me see one more. The Lovers. And then I'm pulling out a different oracle deck. What is this choice for you with the Lovers and the Emperor? Oh, interesting. Look who it is. It's the King of Wands. The only king missing, I said, the King of Action. Page of Swords. And then I see the Queen of Swords. King and the Queen of Swords, and a decision based on passion. Release your ex. King and Queen of Swords are often divorcees. Like I said, this can be about closing out a chapter, getting yourself free. If it's involving legal, it could be a divorce settlement that would then allow you here justice, the Chariot, Ace of Wands, the freedom to go for where you want to go. But wherever that is, it's very secret. And maybe you're keeping it a secret because of this. You know what I mean? This legal stuff. Let me get a drink. I've been explaining that the allergies have been particularly difficult right now. But yeah, that's probably why the Five of Swords too. So one more on the High Priestess. Let me grab back and then we'll go to some oracles. Let me see the High Priestess. The Page of Pentacles. One more. Let go of control. A lot of pages, a lot of new beginning energy. And then we have strength. We have that angel of strength as well. Okay. Which is about patience once again and courage. Let go of control issues. Okay. Something growing here. One more on that King of Swords. I have to. It's the Emperor. And then the Five of Wands. So again, you could be in the middle of some kind of legal battle that you need to get yourself free of before you can move to where you're going. That's why the need for silence. But who are you moving towards? Who are you moving towards? In any event, you don't want anyone to know. Who are you moving towards? The Knight of Wands. And I see the Six of Cups on the bottom of the deck. Interesting. Okay. The Ace of Cups, the Lovers, and the Nine of Pentacles. There's that Ace, the Nine of Pentacles, reversal of fortune. And then the Knight of Wands can be about pursuing what you want. Yeah. Because the Knights grab hold of the Aces and take action. We have the Knight grabbing hold of the Ace of Cups, and we have the Knight of Wands grabbing hold of that Ace of Wands. You do intend to take action on wherever it is that you want to go and make some kind of offer. Yeah, Three of Cups, but you got to keep it on the down low for right now. Seems you're involved in some kind of struggle. It could be involving finances even. The Knight of Pentacles and then the Two of Cups. Yeah, you're being very careful. Six of Cups, past life energy, Scorpio energy. Interesting. Okay. Let's go to, what are we going to do here? Well, let's get you some talisman. I mean, we didn't get very clear on who you're going towards, but you don't want us to, and neither do they, with all of this silence. Somebody that you feel you have a strong past life with, and you're definitely being pulled in their direction. But release your ex, and there's some kind of struggle here. We have success. Beautiful. We have the Chariot and Justice. And whatever this battle is here with the Five of Wands, you will be successful. Let go. Cancer energy. Let go of control issues. That came out in the Romance Angels. Okay. And then confidence. We saw the Leo energy and the King of Wands and the need for strength and courage. Let go of control. Have confidence. Okay. My hair is one more. And then courage. More Leo energy. Right now, Mars, the planet, is in Leo. So this can be about the masculine energy in general, too. One more there. Courage. And then safe travel. Lots of travel cards came out in this reading. Okay, interesting. Whatever this move that you're doing based on intuition, there's a strong past life energy that's pulling at you on a very deep heart level. That's why the Lovers is there. But there is some kind of battle that you're trying to get free of, that's for sure. So this deceit energy, I feel, is keeping that strategy to yourself. Let's get you some astrology. This could be astrological energy in your chart and somebody around you, or just overall influencing the situation. I mean, the reading ends with Justice, the Chariot, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Ace of Wands. Pretty beautiful. Whatever new beginning you're having. It's this release your ex energy that could be. Okay, anyway, we have the 4th house. Cancer's house, that's the house of the home. Okay, we have Aries energy, Mars coming through, taking action. Taurus energy, Venus. Look at this. Venus and Mars build the home, the 10 of Pentacles. Wow. And then the moon. Well, we are in that moon cycle, the full moon in Scorpio. And then new moon in Gemini. So that could be where this is heading when this at the end. Neptune, the vision. Wow. Aries energy, Aries and Neptune. I mean, cornucopia and the happy family, that's the whole picture. The Wheel of Fortune, Jupiter energy, luck, expansion, growth. Here's that tension energy we talked about. Back here with the 5 of Wands. One more. Virgo energy with the Ceres. And it's about nurturing something into growth. And then Scorpio with the 8th house. The house of mystery. The house of the hidden. Interesting. And we have the moon too. So there's a lot of mysterious energy. The magician or the healer of the ages. Like I said, this connection or wherever you're headed definitely runs deep. Whatever that battle was about for you or is currently, you're definitely being pulled over to that direction. Okay. It's getting hard to get the words out, that's for sure. So let's close this reading. Why don't we do you a moon card since the moon came up very prominently here? Oh, we'll see what came out. Last quarter moon in Libra, make some time for self-love. And last quarter moon in Pisces, talk less and feel more. Okay. I mean, that could be what I was talking about with the receptivity, the patience. Could be somebody around you. Okay. Last quarter moon in Aquarius, reflect on your priorities. And then full moon in Capricorn, take a reality check. I wonder if that's what's all going on here. Because whatever you're leaving behind, you could be speaking to an Aquarius, King of Swords. And then it's like reflect on your priorities, but over here is the Ace of Wands, which is, like I said, pretty hard to look away from. But maybe that's why that choice is difficult for you. Interesting. Let me get one more on the Lovers. Wow. Reflect on you. Are you sure you want to do this? I don't know what about it is taboo. The Hierophant. Oh, well, the Hierophant can represent traditional belief systems. It could be within your family. It could be something you're already committed to. But it's, again, going to require you. It could have something to do with your finances or a court, like a formal institution. 7 of Swords. Been keeping it under wraps. Listen to me. Let's go deeper. One more only, and then we'll close it. Why? Oh, wow. The Tower, Aquarius and Scorpio energy. The Tower is Uranus. You could be moving. Okay. And it could, again, we have something to do with the home. I'll leave it there, my friends. All right. Sorry if the reading got a little convoluted. I mean, we are dealing, like I said, with all that Pluto energy. It can run pretty deep. Okay, let's close it for you with a couple of cards from the Lover's Oracle. Close your eyes and tell yourself that you deserve to feel joyful. You can allow joy into your life regardless of the circumstances you find yourself in. Okay. Transformation. Your relationship with one another is about to deepen. Love conquers and transforms all things. It is headed somewhere here. Wait, don't rush into it. Allow nature to take its course. We do have that reflect on your priorities, right? So that could be coming through. When you pass from this world, interesting, you take nothing with you but your soul and the memories you've shared with those you love. Reflect on your priorities. Last one. Balance. Love is not always about agreeing just for the sake of it. A great relationship is one that both supports and challenges. Interesting. They're your energy. Okay, that's what I have for you, my friends. I hope it resonated. I hope it helped you in some way. It's a pretty complicated energy, very deep, very passionate. And ultimately, with the Ace of Wands, that is what is prompting you. It's like I said, it's like a heart chakra awakening. I love you guys. I'll see you very soon. Namaste.